Imagine you are out to lunch with your friend. Your waiter is 10 out of 10 and your food is 10 out of 10. You get your bill and your eye goes straight to the total.
It reads $36.21. Then you see it, that little line in the receipt that says tip. But the question is, how much do you tip your waiter?
Their service was great and you think that they deserve about 17%. Except the issue is that you are not going to be able to do the basic math in order to calculate this tip. So you reach for your phone and you realize that it's not in your pocket and you left it at home, and now you cannot use your fancy calculating app to figure out the tip. So now you're panicking and you have a sticky situation on your hands.
And this is exactly why students should have to pass a basic skills test to graduate high school. People argue that students improve their knowledge over the course of a school year, but fail to showcase that improvement through standardized testing. This would then result in the collection of inaccurate data when determining if schools' educational policies are working. But in reality, standardized tests like these are one of the few ways that schools can measure multiple elements of their educational system. Basic skills exit exams can serve as a way for schools to measure their overall academic performance as well as the performance of teachers. The performance of teachers in the classroom is crucial to the education of students. If students from one class all bomb the exit exam, that can be a reflection of whether a teacher just doesn't know how to properly communicate information to the class, or they just aren't the right match for that group of students. Also, when schools have access to up-to-date academic performance of their students year after year, they can see if their educational policies are working. For example, class sizes, curriculum, teacher education and certifications, or grants and investments used to update things within the school.
Mommy, I'm doing my homework. Comes out the room, I check it, and it's all right within 15 minutes.
This information can help schools, especially low-performing ones, set goals for the future of their education system.
Their hard work is going to show through Desmond because he wouldn't be where he was at if it wasn't for them.
It is argued that basic skills exams correlate test scores with diplomas, which can cause students to end up living on the streets, become unemployed, or even end up in prison. But without these tests, students won't end up getting jobs anyways because they will not have the basic math or writing skills and etc. to help them be successful in a career. One example of this is Benvenue Laboratories. They wanted to hire 100 high school graduates. The requirement for being hired was to pass a 9th grade proficiency math test. But despite the fact that this math test was 9th grade level, only 37 out of the 3,600 people passed. This could have easily been avoided if the students were required to take a basic skills exam to graduate high school. And as well as this, the basic skills exam would allow employers to have a wider variety of highly educated students to choose from. Some people would argue that making students take a basic skills test actually increases dropout rates. Students simply continue to fail the exams or they just give up. But in reality, adopting a system of requiring a basic skills test to graduate high school can allow students to better their study habits as well as brush up on old material from the beginning of their high school career for college. On average, students who attend college after high school have an employment rate of 79%. John H. Bishop did a third international mathematics and science study of students in 40 countries. The results showed that basic skills exit exams raised achievement. As well as this, students in New York who passed these exams received a more prestigious diploma. In conclusion, students should have to pass a basic skills exam to graduate high school. Not only will it help the students' education and provide schools with insight on their academic performance, but it will also provide employers with adequate people to fill job spots.
So think back to your lunch outing with your friend. Because you passed the basic skills exam, you now have the knowledge to figure out your tip without using your fancy calculating app.